Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Thursday, January 11th, 2024. I'm still not used to saying 2024. This is my post-market wrap-up. A lot of stuff to cover here. I don't even know where to start. How about this? All right, let's do this. I'm laughing. I'm laughing. If you were paying attention to any of the mainstream, propaganda ministry outlets, you're looking at the front page of CNBC, Bloomberg, shocking. Oh, no one expected this. Yes, this broadly expected, widely anticipated inflation number. Well, yeah, it came in worse than expected. Not for you and I, okay? Because you and I, look, let me explain this to you. These people are not that stupid. The central bankers are way ahead of the curve. They know a lot more than we do. And this was not unexpected by them either, okay? Because you heard from the ghoul. Oh, I had to do it. The ghoul today, from Loretta freaking Mester. And she was like, oh, yeah, this number is higher than we expected. So maybe we're not going to be cutting rates. Look, it's a game. They're playing a game with your mind. It's a screw. They're screwing your mind. You understand? I think you get it here. Nobody that follows this blog was surprised, shocked at all. Inflation is going to continue to rise, and they're already setting up the groundwork for it to get even worse. Pay attention again to the same institutions, the CNBCs, the Bloomberg, the Fox Business. They're talking about how shipping costs are going to be rising way higher than people think. And of course, those costs are going to be passed on to you because now you see, because of the Houthis or the Iranians or the Yemens or whoever the freak they want to point their finger at, because we can't verify any of this on our own, of course. There's all these attacks going on, and it's a crazy situation over there. So they got to do what they got to do over there. And of course, again, they're going to blame. Oh, it's them. This is the reason why we're seeing inflation, not the fact that we have a situation where central banks have gone absolutely freaking orgasmic, wild here, creating cash out of thin air to prop up the markets, to prop up everything else. And now all of these bills, in whatever form they exist, are now chasing, in this case, a lesser amount of goods. And that's really what's going on. They can raise rates from here until kingdom come or came, whenever that is, okay? It's not going to make a difference. That's the lie that has been sold to you, to me, or everybody else for I don't know how freaking long that's going to change things. It ain't going to change a damn thing. All it's doing here is cutting off the availability of credit to the consumer and small businesses, just as it's meant to be, as you and I have outlined since day one. We laughed about this, okay? This has never, ever been about reducing inflation. Tell Greg Mannarino one more time, somebody here, where does a central bank's power lie? What single thing? Exactly. I can hear it in my ear. Inflating. That's it. A central bank's power resides in one thing, their ability to inflate. They are not going to give this up. They're going to make all of you, and me, of course, deal with this as they destroy the world economy. That's what this is all about. All of these central bankers, every one of them in their nice suits and ties and dresses or whatever freaking hairdos they might have, okay? They're out to destroy you. Once you realize that, everything else will become clear. You get it? I think we're pretty much on the same page. So the CPI, it was worse, but nobody except for all of you out here, thousands and thousands and thousands of you who follow this blog here, knew it, okay? And I'm just going to let you in on another little surprise. It's getting worse from here, and they're going to try to cover it up and whatever they have to do. We don't need these imbeciles to tell us what we already know. We all shop, we buy things, okay? People are done. They've burned through all of their savings. They are maxing out those credit cards. They're taking on debt loads like we've never seen. It's historic, okay? And we're seeing all of the pieces line up that is going to lead to something yet to be defined with regard to recession, depression. It won't be a depression until the stock market craters, which it's not going to anytime soon. All right. Look, I get it. I know. Let me tell you something that bothers me. All right. There are many people out here that want to see people get hurt, whether they're investing in the stock market, whether they're investing in precious metals, whether they're investing in Bitcoin or another crypto. They want to see this so they can say, I told you so. Look, we're all on the same team here, and we're all allowed, believe it or not, we are all allowed to have our own perspective as to what is going on here. Nobody here should wish that so and so or this group of people, whoever they may be, okay, should get hurt because they choose to invest in a particular asset. Because it's going to hurt all of us. And let me tell you something else. When you wish something negative upon someone, you will get it back tenfold at least. So just be very, very, very careful about what you wish for, okay? The power that be that runs the universe, doesn't like us to not want each other to be successful. All I want for everybody here, no matter what your perspective is I want you to be happy. I want you to prosper no matter what you invest in. It's amazing how people are not allowed to have their own opinion anymore. And I read through the comments. This morning I covered the Bitcoin ETF, which I will do in a little more I want to talk about. But the arguments going back and forth are frankly ridiculous, okay? And everyone, it's like if you don't agree with that person, then it's an incredible situation here. This is communist thinking, socialist thinking, fascist thinking. We need to be free thinkers. You understand? You need to be willing to stand back and listen to someone for a moment, because you know what? You might learn something. Anybody out here, anybody who believes that they are smarter than anybody else is guaranteed to be the stupidest person in the room. That's a fact. Anyway, look, nobody here should be wishing negative on anyone else if they want to invest in a Bitcoin ETF or they want to invest in dog poo bags or whatever it might be. Doesn't matter. Okay. We're all in this together. And the sooner you all realize that, those of you that are so freaking negative, the better off we're going to be. What we need to do is what we've been doing. Raise our awareness as to what is happening. We already know who our enemy is here. Okay. It's the central banks and what they're doing. This is it. They are the enemy. It's not each other. We should, again, all wish for each other to be successful and profit from this, and whatever that may mean for you. Be happy. You don't have to invest in a damn thing to be happy. You know what I mean? But me, this is a game that I like to play. Jeffrey, thank you. It is crazy times. I don't know. When I look at the market, okay, and I try to determine how to position myself, and again, I relay this all to you. I don't know. It's just I love the challenge behind it. I really, really do. The try to understand the dynamics behind it, and it's very simple. It really, really is, at least in my view here. So anyway, look, just real quick, going back to the economy. So we got this whole thing on this inflation report. Imagine my shock, it's going up. We're paying more for everything. Okay, lovely. And wait till energy starts to play again, and it will. It will. It's just a matter of time. We got this massive, crazy bottoming phase with regard to crude oil for a while now. And it just needs a catalyst. It needs a catalyst, and it's going to get one. Iran having a big target on it, USA. Yeah, actually, that's going to be a catalyst. Army Mom, thank you. I appreciate that. Systems Reality Team, thank you too, man. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Hold that thought. I have a question I want to ask all of you at the very end, but we'll get to that later. So we also found, this is laughable. So I was writing this stuff down here. So first time unemployment claims drop. This is what we were told today. Their lowest level since October. Meanwhile, just yesterday, the front page of MarketWatch told us the data is all fake. We already knew that from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So you can't make that stuff up. It's kind of out of the realm of you can't even believe it, but that's actually the truth here. Anyway, so let's reflect on the stock market here real quick. So nothing. We did nothing today. Basically a flat market for the most part. 10-year yield below 4%. Dollar on a relative strength basis a little weaker. Gold and silver finishing mixed here. Nothing going on. crude oil catching a bid now. Look, let's just reflect a little bit more on this Bitcoin ETF because there seems to be a hell of a lot of confusion. I am not telling anyone, and oh, Greg is out there cheerleading. I read the comments for this new Bitcoin ETF. I am not cheerleading for this new Bitcoin ETF. I don't care if you invest in it or not. Personally, I would rather hold or own actual Bitcoin, for which I do. And you all know that. I don't have any intention. Let me be clear on this, okay? I have zero intention of investing in a Bitcoin ETF at this time. None. I don't believe I am going to. If I do, I will let you know. I wish, and I've said this repeatedly, that Wall Street kept its ugly hands off of this stuff. Okay, was supposed to be a way to circumvent the current system that we have. All it turned out to be was not a mode of transaction. People rarely buy things with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It's a buy and hold kind of a thing for the most part here. People maybe pull profit like I did recently and use that cash for something else. Okay, that's something you can also do. And then there's something else here. Okay, it seems that some of you, and I don't know where you get this stuff from. All right, it ain't from here. Believed that when this Bitcoin ETF came to be realized, that all of a sudden this stuff was going to go to the moon. Wherever you got that from is diluted. Nowhere have I said that would happen, nor do I believe it. I believe it's bullish for this. Is when I was speaking earlier today. Okay. I wasn't out here cheerleading for this. All I was saying was that I believed, at least in my opinion, that I'm entitled to, that this would be bullish for Bitcoin. But I also want to remind you, people, this is not going to change the volatility. In fact, it might make it worse. You know my take on this, people. Look, you and I, okay, we are taking advantage of everything that comes our way. Every freaking thing that comes our way. We're not letting them get away with a damn thing. I can promise you that. Whatever they do, we're going to find a counter strategy to it. It's too simple. It's too easy. So, in my view, what we're doing here is we're in the perfect spot. In my perspective, people need to be long the stock market. I've been telling you this for a very, very long time. I am looking to buy more of the stock market because I realize that whatever comes out of the mouth of the Federal Reserve about, inflation is still rising, we may have to raise rates. They ain't raising nothing. Okay, they already have the consumer by the throat. They already have the economy in free fall around the world. That was their goal. Raising rates is going to give them an opportunity here to buy it all, to buy more, to fulfill their end game, to become the lender and buyer of last resort. This is what they're going to do. And they're going to put some freak behind the Resolute desk who's going to play the game. Realize that's what's going on. It's all a sideshow, this whole thing here. All they're doing is choosing the right person. They are choosing the right person who will help the Federal Reserve move higher up the truncated pyramid that you see on the back of the dollar bill. You understand what I'm talking about here? I hope you do. I really, really do. And I think most of you understand what's going on. Anyway, I hope I'm clear on this with regard to the Bitcoin ETF. I wish it never happened. That's my perspective on it. Is it bullish? Absolutely, at least in my perspective. Again, I have no interest right now in investing in this. I just don't at this point. If I do, I'll let you know. Anyway, so what else did I want to say here, people? You know what? Before I take on questions from all of you, I want to ask all of you a question. Okay. So I get a lot of feedback, obviously, from these blogs I do. I do my morning report and I do my post-market report here. I get a lot of suggestions as to what maybe I should and should not do. Now, let me ask all of you. All of you are very important to me, okay? And I want to be out here because I got your back. But would you rather see me do a blog just once a day? Consider what I'm saying. Would you rather me do, let's say, a live market wrap-up at the end of the day, a longer show? Or do you kind of like these pre-market, post-market things? let's put this up to a vote here, and I will read the comments. Do you like the current format where I do a pre-market report and a post-market report? Or would you rather me do a post-market, just one thing per day live, like I'm doing here now, and maybe make it a little bit longer so maybe we can get more people participate in this? So again, I want to hear from you on that. Now, with that said, I am going to take on some questions from all of you. I will read through these. These are coming through pretty quick here. We'll see. And again, whatever you guys and girls say is what I will do. Keep it the way it is, or switch to the once a day post market. You guys tell me to do, and I will do it. It's pretty much that. All right. Here's a question: is gold dead? No, gold is not dead. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. Okay. In my opinion, the game remains risk on, meaning cash is going to make its way into the stock market, which also means commodity prices are very, very low. So in this kind of a situation, you buy low, you sell high. Now, with regard to commodities, I have covered this at length over and over and over again. I hate talking about gold and silver as commodities because these are real money. They've been real money for thousands of years. No central banker or anybody else can convince me, and I'm certain you, that it is not real money. You remember Ben Bernanke? Oh, central banks hold it for tradition. It's not real money. Real money is what they create out of nothing. You know, when you hear that, you know, obviously the polar opposite is true. We have set ourselves up, you and me, okay, for the eventual flipping of this entire system from risk on to risk off. Commodities right now should be acquired, at least in my opinion, and I'm not telling you to buy a damn thing. I want you to think about what I'm saying and then act accordingly. Eventually, the hyper bubble in the debt market is going to burst with such ferocity. The core of the earth is going to shift. I wouldn't be surprised to see a pole shift on the back of how dramatic this is going to eventually be. The bursting of the hyper bubble in debt. It is out of control. It's the greatest threat to humankind, bar none. We're going to walk into a resource problem that people aren't going to believe on a biblical level. And unfortunately, many people, probably half the world's population, is going to disappear. I'm telling you the truth. This is how I feel about this. Now, so understanding that, at least from a financial standpoint, an implosion in the debt market would mean rates would be spiking in an uncontrolled fashion. Make sense to you? This is going to happen at a time of their choosing. It's not going to be by accident. This is going to put pressure on world stock markets, which are going to sell off very rapidly. And as you always know, I always say this, cash doesn't fly away to money heaven. It just moves through markets in predictable patterns. In my perspective, it's going to go into commodities, gold, silver, very suppressed here, commodities across the board. And I also believe into cryptocurrencies and other things too. Again, you know, Greg Mannarino is diversified, musical instruments, artwork here, classic cars, all kinds of stuff. That's how I see it playing out. You understand? I hope you get it, people. I really, really do. Anyway, that's my take on it. You are certainly entitled to your own. I would not beat you up for it. And that's it. Please, let me just say this one more time. Please stop beating each other up. Oh, you're an imbecile if you want to invest in this. Oh, you're a bigger idiot if you want to invest in that. Why? Why are we not allowed to think for ourselves? Why do we have to conform? You understand? If you believe that people need to conform into how you think, then maybe you should move to another country here, okay? Some kind of fascist dictatorship, communist, socialist, because we're allowed to think. We're all allowed to have. If we lose the ability to think of our own and have our own thoughts, it's just over, and we are under full control. That's what they want. They want to take away your ability to think, your ability to speak. You understand? If you allow that to happen, and I don't want to see that here in this blog, I really do not. I want to see free thinkers. I want to see people who think outside the box. I want to see people who come together as a family. That's what this is all about to me. I'll stop doing this thing tomorrow if I see this really get out of control. Okay, we have built something here. Not just me, you and I. This is our thing. Okay, this is a worldwide family, and I always tell you that we're responsible for each other every Friday. Thank you, Randy. Love each other, care about each other, be charitable. Think that. So stop calling each other out. If someone feels that their business to invest in whatever it is, lay out a case for them. Instead of calling someone an idiot or an imbecile, say, you know what, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, whoever that person might be, maybe you want to think about this. Start speaking more intelligently. And I think you'd get your point across much better. Don't you agree, all of you? Again, I really, really hope that's where you're at. Anyway, what else, people? What else can I tell you here? What is the numer? I have no idea what the numerology is behind 32. I wish someone could tell me that. Okay, it's above my pay grade. I really don't know. Lawyers, guns, and money. Now, how about like faith, hope, and charity? I think, I don't think we need to arm ourselves so we can kill our fellow citizens. How do you know that that person that you want to kill here may not end up maybe helping you and maybe save your own life one day? We can't have that mentality. We have to learn to love each other, people. What else can I say? I mean, I'm out here every freaking week. I tell you every day, tell you the same freaking things. We need to embrace each other, not hate each other. No, that's what they want us to do. You fall through that trap, you're done. You're done, and you're freaking just done. Might as well use a gun on yourself. I mean, I don't know what to say. Oh, anyway. Coco, I think, is eating right now, guys and girls out here. Anyway, I'm not saying people don't need a means to defend themselves. And I think people need the ability to overthrow corruption, like was written into our Constitution here. Okay, this is a criminal organization of the highest order. Our government is not what it seems to be. It's the central banks who run the entire show. They are the government. They control the economy. They control the financial system. They control the financial markets. They control the flow of information. They control it all. We have no say-so in any of this anymore. This is why we need each other more than anything freaking else, people. Wouldn't you agree? I think you would agree. Catwood, thank you. Anyway, guitars, yes. If we embrace music and more guitar playing, I think we'd all be a lot better off too, honestly. All right, people, look, I think we're going to call it here. Thank you for your support. Honestly, thanks for those thumbs up. I know we can do better than that. We got to give these videos a thumbs up if you think there's anything important in here. Again, it allows the algorithms to see it. Hey, people like the video. They show it more. Without that, look, it's up to you guys and girls, whether you want this stuff to get out there. I don't, I want a few. So what do? I post this on Tumblr, X. I don't post anything on Facebook anymore, as you well know. Obviously here. So it's up to you guys and girls to get this stuff out there. I post on Steam it, and pretty much that's it, man. Lick the like. All right, people. Love you all from the heart. Again, thank you all for being here, for being my friends, for listening to me. Sometimes I go off the deep end, and I'm a passionate guy. It's the truth. But I meant what I said when I really believe that we need to embrace each other. Forget about wanting to see each other get hurt here. I mean, who would wish that on anybody? I wouldn't. I want everyone to be prosperous, even those people that don't like me. I wish them the best. I want them to prosper here. That's it. And have a good life. If you do, you'll live longer, you'll be happier, and you'll laugh more. That's another thing. All right. I'm out of here. Love you all. See you in the morning. Thank you, Morinos.